Welcome back to the channel. If you're just a Dax viewer, for sure. Hey, how you doing? Few and far between. I like everything he does. I really like the one take stuff, so I was going to check this out, and I took a little time and was reading some lyrics, or not reading lyrics, excuse me, reading comments. And as I don't know none of Eminem stuff really, so I don't know the original tune. I'm pretty sure this is just changing it up anyways and using the beat kind of thing, I guess. I'm not sure. We'll let it see how complicated it gets as it goes along. Dax, the remix of Renegade. That's when I loaded it up, I saw this, so I decided to look into the comments and see what's going on. And lots of respect for the independent nature of his art and what he's done outside of the system. And then possibly quite a few comments on the fact that the system might need indicting. And then the Christian side of it all, which, is complicated. I personally am hope that you do no harm, spread love in the form of care and creation, and everything else kind of works itself out, following the do no harm framework. And some ideas, some systems and what they produce and supply to the consumer are probably not beneficial. It's probably not good for us. So I'm curious if that's something we got going here.
Yeah, game of life, I'm a king in every domain. Pawn me off to the matrix, I bet you I still reign. Storming through every beat, how I thunder and bring the pain. You would think a tornado hit, how I mix it up when I sang. Radiation from these Hollywood stars is causing the cancer. Keeping up with the Joneses and chains of paying your massa. Rap is a plantation, make you slave and demand you. Help them pick up the crop that they use to cook propaganda. Microdose through the media, poison mislead the youth. Make them believe this, thought they reality's been the truth. Watered down education, take the God out of school. Have you worshiping idols to push political views? I'm a renegade.
Well, we can. 45 seconds. 45 seconds. Dax, the shit. Everything I've ever seen has been awesome. This is just awesome, but the messaging, the ideas, that's what I'm here for. As always, every reaction is just a chance to go after the cult of personality. Go over to the homepage and check it out. Dispelling the cult of personality, one reaction at a time. Don't know if I'm going to have any power against it because it is a powerful, powerful group practicing idolatry like you couldn't believe. Some of the worst ideas elevated to godlike status, protection. It's quite obvious to see what's considered holy sacrament now too important to tread upon. But other ideas are so watered down and destroyed, I find the nature of loving Jesus Christ to be incredibly complicated. Because that relationship doesn't come with a whole pile of caveats to forgive sin, to forgive evil, to forgive destruction. It's not a matter of semantics, how we describe it. There is positive and negative in the universe, and we amplify the negative like I can't believe. Heartbreakingly so.
Take the God out of schools. Have you worshiping idols to push political views? I'm a renegade. For what I say, not what I wear. The car I drive and the money you think I got to spare. I'm called to duty, I'm modern with all my warfare. But I don't get paid by the devil, so when my million's there, there's no gravity, weakness, or any atrophy. I invest in myself, my stocks rise, and it actually bonds people together. I mutually fund humanity. Bank on Dax, it's tax-free to gas me. This new election got me pondering things inside my mind. I'm taking President Trump jump in the game while biding my time. They all want World War III, and I see all the signs, so I'm mass shooting these bars. My columns bind, take your brain and free it, transport to another.
Oh, damn. Now, I will admit, we just heard another artist, completely independent, spitting some bars. The same deal. Just poking both sides of the cult of personality, because let's be honest, this channel is constantly, got a chance to, you should elevate these voices, man. We'll help you. I don't know if I want your help. At no point do I want a pitchfork and torch. I don't want to join the marching legions following, their platformed idols. This is, it's a positively a bad idea to join any of the cults. What we really have now is strong evidence to start dispelling all that shit. That the path leads to mind control, propaganda, exploitation, enslavement. Maybe along with doing no harm, spreading love in the form of care and construction, creation, maybe also freeing humanity from the control system is up there on the mission statement too, I would think. As long as one of us is enslaved, we're all enslaved. And it's a kind of a hearts and minds thing, isn't it? I guess until we convince everyone that the atrocities are still going on, then they could just give up their bullet points and their talking talking points and go with the reality that nothing's quite fixed yet, and maybe we got a long ways to go. Stop picking sides and fucking cults to join and work on the cause of all humanity deserves it. All of us deserve it. Not just those wielding a cult of personality behind them as a mob to force their views, but everybody from the bottom to the tip top, as long as they're doing no harm. I think so.
My columns bind, take your brain and free it, transport it to another place. Has your speech free if you can't speak, if they disagree. I see OnlyFans models grossing hundreds of K's, but you get canceled for agreeing with Tristan and Andrew Tate. Atomic, a bomb like Oppenheimer. Mistake in the game is a harsh reminder. The beef I cook is the rarest kind. They label me.
Damn, it's fucking fire. There's a nuke going off in the background. The bars got so hot. Now, here's the thing. If I'm just stomping all over this tune, which of course I am, down in the description's a link to the original. Now, you can go listen to it as many times as you want interrupted and go give Dax the love he deserves. You want to tell him that I ruined the fucking song for you? That's your prerogative. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. It actually helps me figure out how you aligned. Because you can't listen to these words and then elevate him to a lofty status. You could give him credit for having a fire-ass skill set and an ability to try to unify people with messaging. But placing him up at that status and protecting him like a god king, oh, you weren't listening to the words. You got lost in the beat and the fucking fat-ass bars or something, but you weren't listening to the message.
The OnlyFans models grossing hundreds of K's, but you get canceled for agreeing with Tristan and Andrew Tate. Atomic, a bomb like Oppenheimer. Mistake in the game is a harsh reminder. The beef I cook is the rarest kind. They label me major and always minor in the flow tactics and promotional styles I used to engage the masses. Running the game, but when I spaz, they blame it on lactic acid. Cause they know I'm automatic. I don't miss, they move the basket. They say I'm out of my mind, but I'm the one who's conscious rapping. Living way below my means, avoiding baby mama advances. Thinking for myself and not getting tricked into political circumstances, dumb antics, trigger words, gaslighting, or semantics. If America's printing money, then why the hell am I paying taxes? Global warming's real, detrimental, and problematic, but I'm not buying an electric car because all they'll do is control and crash it like the stock market. First destroy the nuclear family, the women are easier targets. Call it toxic masculinity until they needed to fight the wars they started. Incentivize single motherhood, then promote it through the music department and call Dax trash and thought-provoking music, literal garbage. No wonder the youth are so lethargic, soft, easily influenced, lack stability, self-awareness, and guzzling Ritalin. ADHD is overdiagnosed. Kids don't lack focus, they've had an iPad since 2, and that algorithm's potent, but I'm off that. Switching gears, V12 with the bar stick, then I move shift, then I'm in it clear. And that bay like the Buccaneers, tempo with the flow, I'll put it in cruise, cause my control's approaching speeds of top 5 and potentially the GOAT. But no, for real, I just turned 30 years old. I've been beat down, stepped on, cheated on, and broke. I was invisible as Daniel, then became Dax and awoke into a lifestyle where I wish I had an invisibility cloak. Ain't that funny? Women like you more when you have money. I go stupid but ain't no dummy, and I know if the cash flow stops, some of you wouldn't love me, and that's why I value respect. Cause you can love me and hurt me, but if you respect and fear losing me, you'll always second guess. Come correct, return text in like 30 minutes or less, and make sure when you're around me, you always have good breath. Not manipulate me with sex, then divorce me cause you're not happy, and take half of my wealth and say you need to go find yourself. What the Well, actually I don't cuss cause I'm a Christian. Jesus died on the cross for my sins and I'm forgiven. These verses take you to church and help you with mental illness. That's why I don't call it music, I call this here a religion. That's why I'm quitting rap, the religion's being abused. Rap used to tell a story and now it's off for the views. I look around at the world, turn on the TV and news, and it feels like I'm on the Truman Show. So what do? I go to the gym and carry the heaviest weight I can find, building up my strength, then sharpening my mind with books like the Bible. I could run for miles, but I tore a hole in my sneakers, trying to lead the blind, trying.
That path is the one my brother's on right now. He is strapped on the armor of God and the barbells of faith, and said, "Come on, let's go get some." And I understand. I'm a little soft around the middle. I would have to put a lot more time in the sanctuary doing sit-ups. But I actually find that to be a good position. Very cool. I don't agree with the cursing because I agree context. I don't believe cursing is actually... it's the weight of the words carried, not the words themselves. It's the whole debate with triggering and this and that and hate speech. Really? No. I would agree there's speech you hate, but there's no... all things are permissible, not all things are beneficial. How come you let your elites go to the island and then you just pretend it's not happening? That's certainly not a good thing, but you look the other way. But then we'll pick something like a curse word and put massive amounts of power on it. Just saying, that's the only place I would global warming, I think, is, a fucking scam. Do we shit on the planet? Yeah. Oh yeah. But some sort of all-encompassing we're bad for it all. I don't... I've been watching some of the cleanup efforts, and it looks like we're on the precipice of having the abilities to reverse some of the damaging effects. And then maybe if we got the hearts and minds to look at the top polluters on the planet, not ignore the top polluters on the planet, and stop inwardly reflecting on ourselves with guilt. Oh, I'm so comfortable. I feel shitty about the dirty river. Go clean the fucking river. But until we, look at the rest of the world that's actually fast tracking coal and dirty energy and all these other things so it can get a monetary advantage over the rest of the planet and, probably produce the currency that the world uses to exchange for energy. Yeah, I don't think it's as easy as just saying, buy an electric car.
That's why I don't call it music, I call this here a religion. That's why I'm quitting rap, the religion's being abused. Rap used to tell a story and now it's off for the views. I look around at the world, turn on the TV and news, and it feels like I'm on the Truman Show. So what do? I go to the gym and carry the heaviest weight I can find, building up my strength, then sharpening my mind with books like the Bible. I could run for miles, but I tore...
Yeah, what I choose to do is come in and instead of go, oh, that's a great song, you should go buy Dax. that of course is your prerogative, and you should do whatever you feel is necessary. I try to find anything that I could go, oh yeah, let's reiterate that 2 to 3 times. You're just repeating what you hear, but maybe if you repeat it enough, it'll sink in. Because I think too many people get lost in the beat, lost in the flow, lost into all kinds of stuff except what they should really know. Hey, that worked.
So what do? I go to the gym and carry the heaviest weight I can find, building up my strength, then sharpening my mind with books like the Bible. I could run for miles, but I tore a hole in my sneakers, trying to lead the blind, trying to lift the weight that's pulling down mankind, trying to spark a change in this darkness. Now I feel heartless. I gave you 10 years, you ignored me. That made me this monster who vomits the truth regardless of what the mainstream wants. I pop culture with each and every song. The devil's dancing, I will not follow along. I rebuke him with every lyrical concept as a response. From Matthew to Mark to Luke to Genesis back to John. I say King James, these kids think I'm talking about LeBron. I could leave land and travel to every country abroad and disperse heat. May God have mercy on those trying to hurt me. And if I'm not worthy of bearing this cross, I pray I fall off and get a regular job. Back when nobody called, back when happiness wasn't fleeting, even though I was barely eating and couldn't even afford to be in my feelings. A politic with you heathens, have anxiety, thoughts of depression, or barely breathing. Mama told me this life is a test, most people cheating, looking at others' papers, copying and agreeing, using makeup to cover up scars and adhesions, masking pain with addictions, using it to fight demons, watching porn and allowing these women to be.
Yeah, we're in my playground now. I admit, because if my body was a temple, I wouldn't chain smoking reactions. I wouldn't be so pro 420. But that's probably, well, no, I probably still. Weed has some other properties for another time and another place to discuss. But I admit, there's only so many demons old Rollen was able to conquer without finding an unfortunate, cross addiction comfort zone to stay in. Does it mean the path is over and I can't ever crawl out of this area? Of course not. Of course I can make changes and grow. It's baby steps. But I do believe if you're moving forward, it matters. So calling out the hypocrisies, admitting when I'm wrong, admitting when I could do better is my way of saying, it's easy to talk, it's hard to walk. And not to quote my favorite Christmas special, but to, put one foot in front of the other, and soon you're walking out the door. You just keep trying. Forward progress and creation. Self-realization, knowledge, growth. Overcome the demons. Some of them are stronger than others, though. So I admit the struggle and the fight is real.
Masking pain with addictions, using it to fight demons, watching porn and allowing these women to be a weakness, of getting naked for money and sucking guzzling semen. And in the midst of a preaching, I hit my knees in agreement, understood the assignment, expectations and reasons. Hollywood's Babylon.
Yeah, see, that's why I think you keep it separate. If possibly enslaved to some of that as well. Separating the two is important, because I admit, well, this is the same reason I think we should discuss the darkest parts of everything, because maybe it would break the spell. Certainly, there's one group who thinks we should do what was just referenced there on the street corner in parades. It's a step too far. Do I understand the dark underside of sexual desires will always exist in the back alleys and the dank basements of society? Of course. Legitimizing it is problematic. Referencing it for the disgusting thing that it is outside of your secret fantasies is very powerful. And if it doesn't hit you in the face like a truck, then maybe you've watched too much guzzling yourself.
hit my knees in agreement. Understood the assignment, expectations and reasons. Hollywood's Babylon and they hail right underneath. It's the reason they feel the need to proceed and reject Jesus, regardless if you believe it. Money, power, and fame corrupts morality standards, mutes and muddies the brain. I've seen it for myself, held and pushed it away. Spoke the ugly truth, turned to a renegade.
That's fire. That's fire. Now, I mean, obviously. Oh, yeah. There we go. I look down at the clock. It's 20 minutes even. It's an obviously perfect reaction for Rollen. That's how it happens. That's about what it should be. I can't do anything but agree. I would say that Dax has a bolder stance on his Christianity, and nothing wrong with that. It's more complicated, but Jesus Christ, my guy. Oh no, died for me. Created a new covenant to erase the blood sacrifice of the elite blood cults. But that's where it gets a lot more complicated, because I would think that big country in the middle of Italy, that tiny country in Rome, acts more like a blood sacrifice cult than it does a do no harm, spread love in the form of care and creation. And monuments to its own glory are not the creation I'm speaking of. Yeah, that seems like a good thing to do right there. Like, comment, and share. Dax, Renegade, remix of some other artists' shit, I guess. I don't think those are the words they were saying. I really liked it, and I look forward to checking out some more, because I just haven't heard enough, and everything I've heard has been this good. So I just, much respect to the artist. Later.